Okay, I'm recording this just to see if I can get it to work. Let me bring everything up. And what you're looking at here is the CML. And I do have running pings going. And that was based on a previous prompt that configured everything. However, if you look at the configs here, there's no OSPF running. If we look at these two routers, it's all static. And I don't know that even router 2, ping 10, 10, 10, 100. Right, so router 2 cannot ping across down to these boxes yet. We only set up a router on a stick locally. So what we're going to do is, and actually let me try it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is see if we can get, if I do a show run here, there is no OSPF. It's all just static routes. Okay, on both sides. So if I do a show run, just to show I'm not staging anything here. It's all right. We got a couple sub interfaces, and we do have, a dummy route to some bogus network. Let's see once I get this all up here and running. If okay, we're not quite there yet. Yeah, a couple minutes. If we can just say in our prompt, could you please, convert this to OSPF? Run some pings to make sure it still works. Ping from router 2. We're going to do some lesson learn and say send 4 pings so it doesn't send a running ping. What else is there? Okay, so everything's coming up here. And I think I've tried to fix my recursive issue. Okay, so everything's been discovered. And let's go ahead and try this. So I'm going to say, right now, PC1 and PC2 can ping each other, but R1 and R2 are not configured for OSPF, and right now, router 2 cannot reach PC1 or PC2. Could you use all the tools available to you to transition from the current configurations to OSPF and dynamic routing on R1 and R2. Use all the show commands you need. You can learn the current configuration to see how it is currently configured, and you can use PyTS ping to test pings from PC1 to PC2 and R2 to PC1 or PC2. It would be great if you could give me a differential on what configuration you added or removed in GitHub. Owner, automate your network, repo, packet, conversations, main branch, commit message of transitioning site to OSPF, and could you make a service now problem, short description, R1 and R2 transition to OSPF with a longer description of the configuration items. Please give me a local file in /projects called OSPF transition.md with the relevant information. And I think we'll stop there. I could do Slack and a couple other things, but let's just stop there. So we're going to hit send, and we're going to keep an eye on this. And so how many tools did it find here? Invoking tool selection, raw tool selection, final selection tool. All right, so it picked some tools here. And it's doing R1 and R2 show run in parallel. So we've spawned the show run on router 1 and router 2. And now it's actually moved on to config commands, it looks like. So there's the running config. And now we're on router 1 with some OSPF config commands, router 2 with OSPF config commands. So it's applied the configs on the routers, and now we're going to ping some things from router 2. So it's already moved on to the pings, and success rate 0, so that's not good. So let's see what else it's going to do here. Whoops. Where did that go? I clicked on something by accident there. So it looks like it's making the GitHub repository. And we hit the recursion limit again. Recursion limit config key. Let me grab this because I've been struggling with this. This is a real shame because this all was well on its way to working here. No valid JSON response. Let me just stash that. All right, so, but what did it do? Do I have pings? Does it ping? So they can ping each other still. And if we go to the router and we do a show run, you can see here that we have OSPF area 1 with the 3 networks, and we've removed all static routes other than the default out-of-band management route, the default static route. Really cool. So then if we go over to router 2 and do a show run, we have OSPF just advertising a couple of, so then if I do a show IP route, you can see that over OSPF, it's learning how to get to those 2 PC networks. Now I think I have to ping it. I don't think that ping's going to work because that's from the management zone. Let me ping it from an address. So let's ping it from source 2020/100. Is that going to work? Okay, so I don't have any like IPs to ping this from. We could try to ping it from 111, right? Show run. Can I try to ping it from the 111 address? Although I'm not sure why the 2020/20 doesn't work. Okay, it works from here though. Maybe, I know why. It's because we don't have any return route on the hosts. That's not a routing, that's not an OSPF problem, that's a host problem. So I could mention that in the follow-up here. Do the PC1 or PC2 need any routes added? So R2 has a return path to the 2020/20 network. Right, so I'm not going to fix it by hand. I'm going to have the AI fix it. And then I think it'll work. I should have mentioned that in my earlier prompt. The PCs have a default route for out-of-band management, but they don't have, right, the route to the R2 network to go back. So the ping is reaching the hosts. It just doesn't have a return path. What? Oh. Please proceed. What the heck? Go ahead. They are Linux PCs. You have the tools to fix this for me. It's the Linux thing. I'm just saying PC1, PC2. I need to say, there we go. Yeah, that they're Linux hosts. So now it knows to use the Linux tool. PC1 could be a Windows host, and it doesn't have Windows tools yet. Doesn't have Windows tools yet. So we're going to go ahead, and it's checking the routes now. And we're going to see that, right, so now it's adding those routes. I wonder if it's going to go ahead and try the ping for me. The other thing is I didn't check my ServiceNow instance. And let me just check that real quick. So there's a problem. Yeah, ServiceNow needs a little work. Needs a little bit of work. What about GitHub? I didn't see it call the GitHub tool because I hit the recursion limit. So that's probably what happened. Well, there is that code I was looking for, the inner VLAN. I don't see a file here. So again, I hit the recursion limit. I'm going to figure that out. All right, so the static routes have been added. So now, from R2, let's try to ping. Was that the issue? Oh, I have to ping it from, hang on, from 2020. There we go, right? Isn't that cool? So totally transitioned OSPF and then added the routes to the host that I need. All just through some prompts and some tool calling. Really cool stuff. And I apologize for the audio problems we've been having. I figured it out. I've added some gain and everything's good now. All right, so much more vibe coding to come. Vibe operations. VibeOps.